G'day guys and welcome to Aussie English. My objective here is to teach you guys the English spoken down under. So whether you want to speak like a fair dinkum Aussie, or you just want to understand what the flippin' hell we're on about when we're having a yarn, you've come to the right place. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy Aussie English. G'day guys and welcome to this mini episode of Aussie English. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the verb to reckon. To reckon. And to reckon is spelt, well, T-O and then R-E-C-K-O-N. So the word reckon, R-E-C-K-O-N. What do you reckon? So this word to reckon effectively just means to think. However, it can't be used in every way that we would use the verb to think, and I'll go through that at the end. But at first, I'll show you how you can use reckon. So if you were to say, what do you think about something? What do you think? Australians are just going to say, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Or what do you reckon? What do you reckon? So it's often used when you ask someone, what do you think about something? You'll just say, what do you reckon? So I'll give you some sentences with the verb to think in it, and then the sentence that we would use with the word reckon after it. So the first one is, what do you think? Or what do you think? And this becomes, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Which when said quickly will be, what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Then we have, I think it's time to go to the beach. I think it's time to go to the beach. And if we use reckon in this sentence, it becomes, I reckon it's time to go to the beach. I reckon it's time to go to the beach. I reckon it's time to go to the beach, guys. Then we have, do you think it'll rain today? Do you think it'll rain today? And if we use reckon instead, it is, do you reckon it'll rain today? What do you reckon, mate? Do you reckon it'll rain today? Do you reckon it'll rain today? What do you reckon? And then the last one we'll go over quickly is, I don't think I'll go to work today. I don't think I'll go to work today. And so if we use reckon in that sentence, it becomes, I don't reckon I'll go to work today. I don't reckon I'll go to work today. I don't reckon I'll go to work today. Nah, I don't reckon I'll go. I don't reckon I'll go. So you can use this verb like I just mentioned, but unlike to think, when you say you're thinking about something, you would never say I'm reckoning about something. You would never say I'm reckoning about going. It's kind of always in that present tense reckon. I reckon. There's no, oh, I'm reckoning. No, it makes sense grammatically, but you would never say it like that in colloquial Australian English. So you can also say reckon or I reckon in agreement with someone. So for example, if someone told me, man, it's so hot today, in response to that, if I agree with the person, I could say, oh, I reckon. Oh, I reckon. Or you can just completely get rid of the I in that sentence and just say, oh, reckon. Oh, reckon. Another example could be someone has said, oh man, that guy is such a moron. And if I agree with them that that guy is a total moron, he's an idiot, I could say, oh yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon. Or again, I could just get rid of that I and I could say, yeah, reckon. Yeah, reckon. So when would you not say reckon and instead use think? For one, if you're thinking about something, you would never say, I'm reckoning about something. So we don't really use reckon with our ing on the end. You would never say, yeah, I'm reckoning about doing this later. No, never. You would say, I'm thinking about doing this. Reckon is pretty much always just said as reckon. You would never put it in the ing form of the verb, I don't think, at least not in colloquial Aussie English. You also wouldn't say it in the sense of like, let me think. You would never say, oh, let me reckon on it, or let me reckon. Nah, you wouldn't say that. It's always, yeah, let me think for a sec. Another one would be if you say, if I think about it, or if I think about something, yeah, you would never say, I'm reckoning about it, or let me reckon about it. There's no about after reckon, it's always just reckon. So, yeah, and it's never, I don't think you would ever use reckon with the thing you're thinking about after it. So you would never use it, or I'm thinking about the beach. You would never say, I'm reckoning about the beach, or I reckon about the beach, or I reckon. Yeah, it's just, reckon stands on its own. It's just, I reckon. So I hope that's helped, guys. Reckon is something you will really hear quite a bit in Australia. I don't know if it's that common in England, and I'm pretty sure that the Americans don't really use that at all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember being asked a few times by other English native speakers from America, what do you mean? What is reckon? So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the episode, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Thanks for listening to the Aussie English podcast, guys. If you haven't already, please come and join the community on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the Aussie English Podcast, where I make daily posts about anything and everything related to Australia. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, then please leave a review on iTunes or Stitcher or whichever platform you're listening to it through, as it'll help the podcast grow. Thanks again, guys, and enjoy your day.